Hi there. So today I wanted to talk to you a little about how you can use SEO to grow your business. There's no denying that every business right now is probably feeling the pinch a little and is looking to make their business work not only harder for them but smarter. You don't want to have to spend all your time on social media or coming up with a whole load of new offers and really having to push it really hard. What you're looking for is to take what you've already got and make it work more effectively for you. And SEO is a brilliant resource to be able to do that. So, how can SEO help your business grow? Well, you can grow your brand awareness with SEO. The more people that share your content, that read your blogs, that talk about you with their friends, raises your awareness. The obvious benefit of SEO is an increase in traffic. I don't know what your traffic is currently looking like, but I don't know anybody who doesn't want or would like more traffic. And all of these things I'll talk about today will work for you, even if right now your traffic to your site is your mum and your best friend. You know, we can take that and turn it into something really magical that is getting really good numbers, that is helping you therefore grow your business. The more eyes you get on your site, the better. You can use SEO to help grow your email list by, having opt-ins on each of your blog posts that then get found in Google and people opt in to become part of your list. You can sell your courses in a very similar way. You can create content that is specifically related to whatever course you have to promote, and then include links to your lead magnet or even directly to your course within your copy that you get ranking. You can sell your products if you can get them ranking. Anybody who has an e-commerce website should be looking to rank on Google. It's as simple as that. Google should be one of your, if not your most important sales tool. If you run a service-based business or a location-based business, ranking on Google can help you drive traffic that makes your products and services sell out for months in advance. We have clients who have sold out up to 18 months in advance, that are taking bookings for a year and a half down the line, depending on their industry. The steady stream of traffic coming from search terms that are targeting at either their location or their service or a combination of both mean that they are booking out so far in advance that it gives them time to breathe when things are tight. And all of these steps, growing the brand awareness, growing your email list, selling your courses, selling your products, booking out your services, they're all aimed to increase your sales. They're all aimed to give you more money into your account every month and make your business work that little bit better for you without you having to be on it 24/7. The huge benefit of SEO is people search the internet at various times of the day. You don't have to be there when they find your site. You've already done the work. You've got it optimised, you've got it ranking so that when they put in a search, they find your website. In turn, this turns your website into a 24/7 salesperson. And a really good benefit of that is continual sales. But before you can even start on an SEO campaign, you need to know what you want. To have any real success with SEO, you need to know what your goals are. So you should set goals before you start your SEO campaign. You can have a few different goals. You can start with just one goal. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. But goals should be realistic. They should be short, medium and long-term goals. So maybe 3 months, 9 months and a year. They should be actionable. You should be able to take action on them almost immediately and include them in any marketing you're already doing. Your goal shouldn't be to get to page 1 or position 1 because your competitor is. Your goal should be to increase traffic, increase your sales, grow your email list, sell your products and courses, and the way you do that is by getting to page 1. So one of the first things you need to know is how Google sees you. Once you've picked your goals, you need to understand how your website looks to Google. Google has hundreds of ranking factors, so you need to know how Google views your website against those ranking factors, as that will impact how highly you rank. So you can carry out an SEO audit using a variety of tools that are out there available, tools like Sitebulb and Screaming Frog, SEMrush and Ahrefs. They all carry out good technical audits at a variety of different price points. Screaming Frog has a free version. Sitebulb, I think, is under $30 a month. SEMrush has a free trial. Now, SEMrush and Ahrefs are all in one suite, so they don't just do audits, they also do a lot of other things, including keywords and backlink tracking, etc. Or you can hire an SEO professional to carry out a full in-depth audit. They'll cover and do everything that the tools will do, but then they dive deeper. So it will be a much more in-depth audit that will carry out. They'll also look at competitor analysis, content gaps. They'll put actual eyes on the site and work their way through it to see what works, what doesn't work. Make recommendations on things to improve click-through rate, as well as all the other technical terms. They'll have content ideas and they'll help you prioritise a list of things that need to be fixed. Because not all tasks will be a priority. Some tasks will need to be done immediately. Others are need done but have time, and some are nice to have but aren't vital and won't make a huge difference to your overall search performance. So you need to prioritise the ones that will have an impact on that performance. So what are some SEO fundamentals that you should be looking at to help use SEO to your advantage? Keywords, on-page SEO, content in any format, service page, home page, your blog content, and you want to look at backlinks as well. So first up, keywords. Now, I've covered keywords elsewhere in my site, and this is a huge topic all on its own, so we're just going to briefly touch on it just now. So you're looking to target a range of easy, moderate and difficult keywords, and by that I mean, how long it's likely to take you to rank. Long tail keywords are some of the easiest to target. They tend to have 3 keyword strings or more. However, you shouldn't be afraid of targeting low volume keywords. A lot of people think they should disregard any keywords unless they're getting at least 800 searches. But especially if you're a new site, don't be afraid of targeting keywords that have less than 150 searches per month. Their unlikely search volume of that amount is unlikely to have, means those keywords are unlikely to have Google Ads. They're not likely to be targeted by big companies and brands, which should make it easier for you to rank. And if you can pick up 3 or 4 of these low volume keywords per blog post that you have, then you can quickly, the traffic you can send to your site will quickly mount up. We had a client recently who we used this strategy for. She was a relatively new site, and within 5 weeks, she had 7 blog posts up on her site, and each of those blog posts were getting 400 and 500 searches, visitors each month, just by targeting low volume searches. And it's a really good place to start. And when you have rankings on board and people are using your site and they're sharing your content, that actually makes it easier to then rank for the more difficult keywords. The other thing you can do if you already have an existing site to get some quick wins on your keywords is to look and see what's already on page 2 or page 3, that's ranking page 2 or page 3 on your website for various search terms, and you can use Search Console to do that. Once you've identified those keywords, have a look at what's currently ranking and then work out a plan on how you can make your content better. Can you add a video? Would a podcast help? Can you increase the length? Should you have more internal links? Should you have more authority quotes on there? All the things that you can do to improve your content so that it's better than what's currently ranking, and that will hopefully help push you from page 2 to page 1. Like everything else with SEO and with marketing in general, you want to track and adjust wherever necessary to make sure that things are working, to see if you could be targeting better keywords. So just keep an eye on it as you go along. Then you want to look at on-page SEO. So by this time you've picked your goals, you've tackled the technical errors from the audit, and you've kind of chosen your keywords. So make sure that you're applying your keyword research that you've just carried out to each page of your site. You want your content to be really nicely laid out. You want it to be easy to read, small paragraphs, bullet points, a good length. You want it to be really relevant to the topic that you're targeting. You want to make sure that it's easy to read on all devices, which is covered here in readability. You want to make sure you're using headers throughout your content, no more than one H1 header per page, but you can use a variety of H1 through H3. It's really important to have internal links on your pages in your site, linking to other relevant pages on your own website. This will make it easier for people to navigate your site and has been shown to have a good impact and really boost rankings. Your anchor text, you want to think carefully about it. Don't be spammy with it. Use your keywords if it's appropriate. Try and not use click here, very basic anchor text. Make sure that your images are optimised, that your alt tag is your keyword wherever possible, that your images aren't too big. If it's relevant, have an external link to an authority source. This is especially true of blog posts. If you can link out to a government website or a survey or anything that's really relevant but not a direct competitor, then that will boost your site as well. Making sure your title tags are within the 50 to 60 characters. Include a keyword if it's relevant. Meta description is bigger ranking factor as the ones were, but they are an important factor for click-through rates. I always try and suggest getting the keyword in there if you can and include a call to action. Sometimes Google will rewrite your meta descriptions, but it's still important that you focus on it anyway. And make sure you look at all your protocols. So is everything on your site now HTTPS instead of HTTP? When we made the changeover to every site requiring an SSL certificate, some pieces of content get lost in the transfer, things like downloads, PDFs, images, image links. So just make sure that everything is following the correct protocol. And make sure your URL is formatted correctly. Don't use uppercases. Don't use stop words such as and, so, it. Put a dash between words, and if possible, use your keyword. But don't be spammy about it. Another great way to really use SEO to your advantage is to create content clusters on your site. Now, this could be through blogging content, or it could be that you have videos or podcasts that you can then transcribe to make written content for your site. But creating content clusters is a brilliant way to drive traffic and customers and to get rankings on board. You could create 3 or 4 different pieces of content on a related topic and have them interlinked to each other. So for example, if you were a wedding photographer, you could have, or say you were a photographer that did weddings and baby shoots and maternity shoots. Those could be 3 clusters, and within each of those you could break it down so that you have questions to ask your wedding photographer. What will your wedding photographer do on the day? What type of shoot do you want your wedding photographer to have? Those kind of things. Creating 3 or 4 different pieces of content related to that kind of topic, so they can all interlink to each other and kind of build an authority piece on the topic. You want to map out 3 or 4 different content clusters on your site for throughout the year as a bare minimum. So using the photography example, we could create a content cluster for weddings, one for maternity shoots, one for newborn shoots. You could create one for, first birthday cake smashes if you offer it, anything that you really offer. And then you just map out the content within that. So you've got your photography as your niche, and then your subtopics and niches are within that. And it just builds the authority of your site, but it also makes you a really good resource for your customers because you're providing them with really valuable information. The next thing we want to talk about is backlinks. The more backlinks you have to your website, the better it is, as long as they're of a good quality. So any links you get coming to your site should be spread throughout your homepage, your main pages and your blog posts. A lot of times people will make the mistake of sending them all to their homepage, but really you want them spread throughout the site. You want to have natural, high quality links wherever possible. So natural, is it relevant? So our photography client has links coming to her site from wedding venues in the area. That's natural. What she wouldn't have a natural link to is if a garage, car garage or mechanic or etc. started linking to her. So you want to keep it natural to your niche and relatable. You want to make the links as high quality as you possibly can and avoid spam links at all costs, low quality links. Now, when I say don't be tempted to buy links, this is a bit of a grey area. There are link builders out there who can help you build quality links to your website. However, there is also a lot of spam link builders out there, the type who email you constantly or message you on LinkedIn. So if you are ever tempted to buy links, you have to be really careful about how you do it. Sometimes it's easier to just do it for yourself. You could do this by being in a podcast, featuring a guest blog, getting quoted in articles. You can sign up for websites like Hero, Help a Reporter Out, or you can follow the hashtag journal request, and you can pitch to be quoted as an expert in news and in print articles. But you should make this part of your ongoing existing marketing campaign. You should be doing outreach, you should be trying to build your brand, you should be marketing, you should have PR anyway. All of that will help you build links. So in summary, set SEO goals. Make sure you carry out an audit to see how Google sees you. Optimise your web pages. Create amazing content, and then watch your traffic increase. Your email list will soar, your courses will sell, and your bottom line will be much better for it. Now is the time to pivot and really focus on SEO, because it can work for you round the clock. It may take time to get the results initially, but that's why we target a variety of short, medium and long-term goals and easy, moderate and difficult keywords. We do that so that while we know we have to still have patience, we should be able to get rankings on the board relatively quickly that drives more traffic to our site and sees conversions increase. So that's it for today's video. There is more information in the blog post that is on my website that goes along with this, alongside other training, tips and freebies. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask.